所以当警察抓住的时候，不是我一个人，很多的传道人被抓住了。
And when the authorities surrounded that training location, my core team was surrounded and we were captured.
中国教会的祷告给我们有点不一样，我们遇到任何问题都是很大的声音喊着：“耶稣救我们！”警察来了，耶稣救我们。
The prayer of Chinese believers in the house church is a little bit different. Whenever there is something happening, they shout out aloud. So we were all shouting, "Jesus, don't you see that the police came to capture us?"
很奇妙，我在呼唤耶稣，突然间里面发出一个声音说：“孩子，我知道，你休息吧。你要知道我是神。”
And as I shouted that, I heard Jesus' voice replying very passionate and silent to me. "My child, I know. Just rest in me and learn to know who I really am."
耶稣出现，万事改变，里面的惧怕没有了。
Whenever Jesus appears, the fear disappears. It's not there anymore.
当时10多个警察就开始当地审讯，你叫什么名字？你父母叫什么名字？住在什么地方？干什么的？
And when these more than 10 policemen were beating me up and torturing me and hitting me, they were asking me, "Who are you? Where do you live? What are the names of the people of your family? What are you doing here?"
那我也没有思想，这里面涌出来一句话是：“我是天上人，住在福音村。”
I didn't know what to answer, but somebody gave me the answer. It just came out from my mouth. And I said, "I'm a heavenly man, and I live in the village of Gospel."
到天上福音村，你父母叫什么名字？
Heavenly man, living in the village of Gospel. What's the name of your parents?
这思想神的恩典够我用。
And I started to think, His grace is sufficient for me.
我说我的父亲叫满恩典，我的妈妈叫兴旺爱，
So
我的哥哥叫望珠磊。
My father's name is filled of grace. And my mother's name is faith, hope, and love. And I have an older brother, his name is He's Coming Back.
正好这个人头脑有问题，先把他关到监牢里去。
And the authorities discovered this must be, he have lost his mind. There's nobody with that kind of names in China. So he is crazy. We have to isolate him, and they sent me to jail.
那个时候，因为他说我头脑有问题，要关到监牢，然后戴上手铐，把他捆起来，这一群人全部放到一个警车上。
And they said that I have been a madman. I lost my mind. They handcuff us and they throw us on the back of a police truck.
那我就开始十字架，十字架，永是我的荣耀。我众罪都洗清洁，唯靠耶稣宝血。当时我一直就开始抓住神的话语，发疯，一直在唱啊，一直在唱。
I was singing on and on again and again and encouraging myself through that song as I was hanging on the back of the police truck.
因为警察说我是个疯子嘛，他们就往疯处来打呀。当时真正是，若不是神的怜悯，我可能今天没有办法站在这个地方。
And the policemen, they were treating me like I was crazy. They were torturing and beating me up. And if it hasn't been sufficient grace, I would not stand alive here tonight.
后来从通缉令上找出来说，你不是天上人，你是传道人。
And it took 3 weeks before they could connect a poster at the police station to me. And they said, "Oh, you are not heavenly man. You are that preacher we've been looking for many years."
所以我送到这个监牢里的时候，这个犯人们都让我来唱歌。哪知道神那个话语一唱，人就开始相信耶稣，都开始流泪。
So when they throw me to the prison and the other inmate, they asked me to sing. I was singing about Jesus. And one after other, they responded to the gospel and they became believers of Jesus.
当时我必须在神的面前做出一个决定，我要做犹大卖猪卖肉， 怀着我要跟随耶稣为主去殉道。
I had a very hard decision to make because they wanted me to betray the names of the leadership, to become a Judas. Or if I didn't do that, they most likely are going to kill me.
我就在思想，耶稣为了我舍命，我爱我的主，我当为我的弟兄舍命。因为当时要是反革命，你讲出来反革命首要分子，你讲出来一个人、一个家庭，那这一个人或家庭都要跟你受牵
It
连。
would be so dangerous if I had only given them one or two names. What would happen to the families of those brothers or sisters? Because they were all seen as anti-revolutionaries.
那我开始决定不吃不喝，效法耶稣去禁食祷告。
So I decided that in this testing of my life, I'd be like Jesus, and I stopped eating and I stopped drinking.
可是生命中有一个主的呼召，想死又死不了。
But you know, if there is a purpose and calling upon your life, you cannot die away from it.
没有办法。一群警察说：“你不要做犹大，我们可以帮助你做犹大。”所以他们就把那个6号的针头，
And
然后就
the
扎到我
policemen,
那
they
个
were
手里面来
torturing
扎
me. They said, it looks like you don't want to speak to us, but we will help you to betray. And they were squeezing number 6 needles under my nails.
我真的是因着耶稣的名经历了死荫的幽谷，但我感谢他没有离开我。
And I was unified with Christ in that His suffering for us those days. But He did not forsaken me. He was with me in this, what was happening.